everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle from Danielle's Books, and this is going to be, the end of the year book tag. So this is my first time doing this tag because I only started my channel a few months ago. And I have the questions over here on my laptop. You can't really see it, but I thought it'd be a fun video to do because, you know, it's November, so we're getting to the end of the year. And let's see, there's 6 questions. This tag was originally created by Ariel Bissett, and yeah, I'm excited to answer the questions. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Comment maybe some of your answers down below, or if you've read any of the books that I'm going to be talking about, let me know your thoughts on them. So, sorry if you hear Bailey walking around in the background. Let's jump in. Question 1, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? And actually, the answer to that is no. I don't usually keep books hanging around if I've started them. Usually I'll just pretty much DNF them. And I haven't really DNF'd a whole lot of books this year. I would say the main one that most people know about that I've DNF'd is The Haunting of Hill House. I have given that book 3 tries now, and I'm done trying it. So that, I guess, technically, actually no, because I'm not planning to finish it. So number 1, I don't really have an answer. Number 2, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? For that one, I chose Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison. This one is a newer release. It came out in the middle of last month, and this was her fall release, so I feel like it works well. And this one is a werewolf story. Let's see if there's a nice blurb in here. A young woman in need of a transformation finds herself in touch with the animal inside in this gripping novel. So it also says this dark comedic love story is a brilliantly layered portrait of trauma, rage, and vulnerability. So I'm really excited to read this one. This is her 3rd release, I believe, and I read her first one, which was The Return, and I really enjoyed that one. I never got to Cackle. We didn't own Cackle until a few weeks ago. And then, yeah, I'm wanting to read this one. I feel like it came out in fall, so I'm going to count it as my answer. And I know that Zach really wants to read this too. So, Such Sharp Teeth. Next up, is there a new release you're still waiting for? And I have 2 of them. Technically, the day that I'm filming this is November 3rd. So I have 2 books coming out on the 8th. And I guess I'll put the picture over here. The first one is Secluded Cabin Sleep 6. And I'm going to read the blurb over here. It says, 3 couples rent a luxury cabin in the woods for a weekend getaway to die for in this chilling locked room thriller. I love a locked room thriller. That's my favorite trope in thrillers. So I'm really excited about this one. I really like the cover. And I haven't read anything by Lisa Unger, but I know of her. And what's the book? There's a book that I always see at the bookstore that I'm really intrigued by, but I just never pick it up by her, and I can't think of the title of it. I think it's a black cover. That probably doesn't help. I'll try and find the name and like put it here or something. But that's the first one. And then the next one is A Sliver in the Darkness. Wait, what is it? That might not be the title. A Sliver of Darkness by CJ Tudor. And this one has an amazing cover. I'm obsessed with the cover. And this one, like I said, is by CJ Tudor. And this is a short story collection, which is something she's never done before. So I'm really excited to check that one out. Like I said, it's a story collection, so I don't know a whole lot about it going in. But I do know it's only like 230 pages according to Goodreads. So that sounds amazing to me. And that one is pretty much a cover buy. But we do own a few other CJ Tudor books, and I know that Zach has read some. So that would be my answer to that question. Let's get the next one. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? So I have kind of a mixed bag here. First up, I have one from my November TBR, and that is Daphne by Josh Malerman. Like I said in my November TBR, this is one I'm really wanting to read because of the whole basketball aspect. I think that you know, a horror book set around basketball is something I could really get into. Zach read this and he had mixed reviews, mixed feelings about it, but that's never stopped me on picking up a book. So I'm excited to give this a try. And let me read you the inside flap here. Horror has a new name, Daphne. A brutal, enigmatic woman stalks a high school basketball team in this reimagining of the slasher genre. And I actually do like slasher books too, so I think that this could be one that could work for me. So that's the first book. The next one is a very, very divisive book. Either you love it or you hate it is what I'm kind of getting from it, and that is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I have not read this book yet, and there are 1,000,001 reviews about it on BookTube and Bookstagram. My Bookstagram will be linked down below if you're interested in checking that out. You should. But I have not read this one yet. I don't know where I'm gonna fall. I know, like I said, I've really only heard like DNFs or like 1-star reviews or like 5-star reviews. So I haven't seen a lot of middle ground with this, and I have no idea obviously what side I'm gonna fall on, but I don't know. From hearing Zach talk about it, it doesn't, in that case, it doesn't really seem like a book that I would really enjoy, but I do still want to check it out for myself because I kind of am interested now to see which side I would fall on. Let me see if there's a blurb in here. Packed with sharp characters, psychological suspense, and gasp-worthy plot twists, this is the ultimate escapist read. No lake house required. This one, all I know is you're following Casey, who is recently widowed actress, and there's a lake. There's a house across the lake, too. I don't really want to know a whole lot going into this book, but if you're interested in checking this book out, pretty much everyone has a BookTube channel, has read it, and has given all of their extensive thoughts on it. So that would be book number 2, and then the third book I have is another horror book, and it's My Best Friend's Exorcism. This one I actually almost put for the next question, but I decided to put it here. This one is by Grady Hendrix. I've read one Grady Hendrix book, and that was Horror Store, and I really liked that one. This one I know is a lot of people's favorite. Sometimes I know that it's one of Zach's favorite horror books he's ever read, besides Stephen King. And then this one is just pretty much like, I think it's like your straight up like summer horror like vibes. All the summer like 80s horror vibes. So I also know that this one just became a movie, I think over on Amazon. So I'd really like to read this before seeing that. But the next question is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? I almost chose this one for that too, because I really think that this is one I'm gonna like. So I guess that one kind of could go in both questions, but the other book I chose is Pretty Girls. This book I talked about by Karen Slaughter. This book I talked about in popular thriller books I haven't read yet, I think is what I titled it. I guess I could link that video up here. This one is a lot of people's favorite thriller books. I've heard it's a very disturbing book. I haven't read anything by Karen Slaughter, but I'm really, really interested in this one. It's kind of on the thicker side for a thriller, which is kind of what keeps me from reading it, but I think I'm gonna give it a try soon. This one says, Sisters, Strangers, Survivors. A powerful, poignant, and utterly gripping, packed with indelible characters and unforgettable plot twists. That's kind of what I hear a lot about, is that this thriller is super twisty and, like I said, disturbing. So I kind of don't want to know a whole lot going into this, but I just hear, I know it's a lot of people's like all-time favorite thriller. So I have really, really high expectations. So hopefully that doesn't like bite me in the ass, that they're like too high or something. But yeah, this would definitely be a book that I think could become my favorite of the year. I'm hoping to get to it soon. I've gotten a good head start on my November TBR so far, and so hopefully I can fit in some books like that I didn't put on my TBR, but I'm still really wanting to read. So, last question. Have you already started making reading plans for 2023? I can't believe it's almost 2023. That's totally nuts. And yes, I have. I think that my main reading plan for 2023 is 2023 is that I really want to get into horror even more. I've like barely dived into it, I guess starting really this summer. And I really started with horror novellas, which I'm totally hooked on. But I'd like to get to some of the horror books, you know, that are really popular that I haven't read yet, which is so many of them because, like I said, I'm still a newbie to the genre. So that's one of the reading plans. And then I guess keeping up with my buddy reads with Zach. We really enjoy doing those. We have started talking a lot about those on the podcast. If you did not know, I do a podcast with my husband, and it's really fun. We have a good time. I just booked one of the guests I have been so excited to talk to. That's coming up in a couple weeks. I'm not totally sure. She's like one of my dream guests to have, so look out for that. That will be linked down below as well. But yeah, if you ever want to buddy read with us, you should definitely do it. This month we read, do I have it over here? No, I already put it on my finished shelf. This month our buddy read is Runtime, which I guess I can throw up on the screen since I don't have it. And you should read it with us. We're going to do a whole deep dive podcast episode on that book. So you should check that out when it comes out. I have already finished the book. That was my first November read. And then Zach is planning to read the book next. And I'm going to save my thoughts probably for the next video when I do maybe like a recent reads, but also definitely on the podcast. So again, you should check it out. We have cool guests and cool combos. So yeah. And I think that's it for the questions. So let me know any of your answers to the questions down below. And don't forget to give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. This is going to be like my second video in the same week, which hasn't happened for a couple months. So I'm kind of stoked about that. And I hope you enjoyed it. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. And have a great day. Bye.